Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what's up? This is your boy James. Welcome back to Dating with James show, episode number 7. It's been a while. I haven't uploaded video because I have some like traveling stuff. And life is just getting up. But now I'm catching up, and today I'm just want to like kind of like vlogging, not really, but share some of my experience of the past weeks and the traveling, and etc. etc. So basically, last week I was being, like a conference and then traveling slash kind of thing. It's been a great experience, and I feels like I learned a lot in terms of like uh, life experience and also how I see myself in a way which I probably see myself before, but never see it in that way, or it's a new layer of like perspective. So I saw a lot of YouTuber talking about like men should be travel. I mean, like if you are in a dating market, you swipe the tenders, like you saw. I mean, like from a man perspective, if you look at the girls' profile, like most of the time they put like I'm a traveler, I like to travel, and they put the marked up place like they went in those small flags if it's international, or like just post some very dope picture. um and for the IGs, you can see like you girls or guys, like the place they went, they put the flags or like target those places. So why so many people like to travel? Specifically, I would say like men. Why men have to travel? Well, to be fair, like I didn't grow up in a big traveler. I'm more kind of like an indoor person, a nerd. I don't like to travel a lot. Like probably most of the people, and then like uh, you know, you're gonna deal with all those hustles. Like you go to a new place, and then you're gonna deal with logistic. You gotta deal with like, oh shit, like I had to like figure out, um, the hotel, gotta book the tickets. I can figure out like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday where I'm just gonna go. Am I gonna follow the schedule or not? Where should I go in? And then you're gonna walk in the whole fucking day. And I don't like to walk, to be fair. But I mean, like you say cool stuff, right? But I mean, to on the flip side, you can also say cool stuff online. Like you can just Google and YouTube it. So why so many people want to travel? Like, do they just want to take a dope picture and put on like IG or like Snap or WeChat, and just like show off? Well, partly probably yes. Like Gary Vee said, people now they like go to hiking just want to take the picture. But if you want to go to like Bali, go to the beach and shoot them like a pretty dope picture and put on the IG, then I mean like there's nothing wrong with that, right? But okay, back to the topic. Why men have to travel? Because first, when you go to travel, you start to experience new things, and then it will really give you perspective. Like this time, I mean, like I was in a conference slash like meet friends, right? So after conference, like during the night, I was hanging out with friends. Those are a group of friends I haven't spent much time with. I saw them pretty non-frequent, I would say. A lot of guys are like Asian Americans, and they've been here for a long time. They grow up here. They know the culture. They know what is cool, what is not. They know how to vibing, and it's very great experience. So the things I feel is like as an immigrant, like you said, since I came to here, stayed like about 10 years ago. So I don't really embrace that much of the culture and don't like really know like what's going on in terms of what is trendy, what are people talking about, and or how you people commute. Okay, right? So sometimes I got caught up on the conversation and it feels like, well, what you guys talking about? And they were just vibing, right? I know like they're vibing, like it's just a chill, like it's nothing serious. But a lot of things I feel like, man, I learned a lot. So the things is like you feel either you from like Asian, or like if you're born with US, like a lot of fundamental things is just same, like cool people are just cool. I mean, not cool people just like they are in their journey, right? So you feel like when you hang out with those people who's already get their shit together, like mentally or physically, and then it's kind of in a vibe like you will see, oh shit, like this is how things can be done. So they are edgy, right? They have some edge, like they have a boundaries. They are not easy to be impressed, and they are charismatic. They are leader, right? Like they lead out. Tonight we're gonna go this. Tonight we're gonna eat this. We're gonna do this. Do not really ask your opinion, right? I mean, I don't mean that it's not. It's like it's just like a dictative, like it's hey, like it just don't care about people. They care, right? But it's just that they live in their bubble. They live in their reality, and then when they hang out with them, you feel oh shit, like you can do this. You can live in that way. That is like a pretty good leadership. You know, like even though sometimes they can be like a pain of the ass, you know, like but you can learn a lot from them. So I was hanging out with those people, and then I would realize, oh shit, like this is how people hang out, and this is what is like cool people do or like high status people do. And the more you hang out them, the more you learn. The more you learn, like you more you like resonate with them. So I don't know if you ever heard about the theory, like you are the average five people you hang out with. So if you want to become a millionaire, hang out with your 5 millionaire friends, right? If you don't have a millionaire friends, go to find some millionaire friends and giving the value up front and try to make friends with them, right? So once upon a time, like I mean, along the way, when you hang out with them more, you will tend to have that millionaire concept or mindset, and eventually you were doing the millionaire doing stuff, right? Maybe morning ritual, meditation, or how to deal with your finance and get your accounting right, get your tax right, how to save tax, and then how to invest. So you will start to you RIS the recapitalization activation system is start to focus on this area, and then you will start to doing those things they doing, and those are the good results, right? So you start to doing those things, and then your financing start to take a boost. So what I experienced this time is after conference, I was hanging out with my friend, and I start to realize, interesting. Like the things like you when you're doing those new things, because every night we kind of like doing new stuff. We go to cool restaurants, we hang out with cool people, and we go out, we go to a club, and the DJ is dope. You start to feel like the time is start to slow down. So the whole week, like after I hang out with my friends, and then Mike can Rich, and then you know Austin, and the times kind of start to slow down, right? Uh, so it's really interesting. Like when you're doing something new, this that like your brain is kind of like taking new information, and things start to like slowing down. So when the scientists said like when you was a kid, right? Like why kids feels like they cannot wait for a long time. Like for example, if you put a marshmallow in front of the kids and they had this interesting experiment and say, "Hey kid, like if you wait like 5 minutes, I give you two marshmallow. But if you like this one marshmallow you can take right now." A lot of time, like some of the kids cannot wait. They just eat that marshmallow, right? Like the instant gratifications. So to their experience, like since it's just everything's so new because they haven't experienced too much, and then since just pass so slow to them because it's new experience. But like when the life progress and you start to do some like repetitive things, and your mind is start to like doing those repetitive thoughts, and since just passing so fast. Like I remember my 20s and 30s, like it's just passing like that. I barely did anything. Like I feel, man, I was like in school a bit. I feel like I didn't dating too much. I was doing some sports, basketballs, and then after I graduate, because I want to come to US, I have to go to another grad school to get my GPA, like a grades up the game, right? So I spent a lot of time in school, and most of things like is I waste the time in like what, like porn, masturbations, and didn't make a lot of friends and didn't learn like enough social skill, like didn't learn like street smart. And I mean, like to be fair, I don't get butt hurt myself because I mean, like I don't know better, right? Like everyone kind of like doing their own shit. Like when you was in China, like I mean, like but it's similar shit. Like everyone just try to get a good school, good career, good whatever job, and then they get a big house and get a car, and then you start to impress your friends, right? Like everyone doing that, and just for the sake of like not because you like to doing that, but it's because like everyone doing that. So there's no kind of like option in your mind. I have a couple of friends like in high school, like they are like still they was like they out of China. They went to like a Philippines, become a diving coach. Some writer friends, and but that's like 1% of friends, right? Like most of people just find a corporate job, like just like settle down. I mean, I'm not this like a corporate job, but I mean, people just think the same thing. So I feel what I'm trying to say is that because that experience is not so profound, I had a good time in my 20s, but like it's just passing so fast, right? Until like the later of my 20s, I came to States. I start my grad school. I start to be exposed to the culture of US, and then I start to learn so many different new things, like new thoughts, and I start to realize myself. I start to have my awareness, like my self-awareness, and to know who I am, what I want to do, what I want to represent, what I want to leave to the world, right? So a lot of profound thoughts started coming in, and I realized, shit, like I have to do something different. That's why I started doing start my journey, right? Like that's why I start to right now, like shooting the YouTube video for you guys and record it and um, just record my hero's journey, right? So up to my early 30s, like I started doing new things, hang out more social, talking with a lot of people, talking with a lot of girls, and then dating, like have fun. I mean, things start to like slowing down. Most of my memory, that's funny enough. Like I don't remember much of my childhood, thing like high school, like the memory is just like a fraction. Sometimes I was talking with my mom, say, "Hey, like, do you remember that thing?" So like, she was telling me those details, like even my 20 and or like from my high school, elementary school, like, or I mean, like while I was in college, I barely remember those things. I don't know if because those things are not impressed, or it's just because it's so boring, mundane, and I just don't remember. But I mean, like the things after my 31, those things, a lot of things, the fun thing to do. I mean, I remember, right? I remember like, oh shit, I did a lot of fun stuff, a lot of adventures with friends. Like didn't make so many friends, but like made a couple of friends, and I mean it's cool, right? And then I started doing things outside of my like the traditional Chinese culture, outside of the box, and then start to like explore the world, the real world, right? And then I saw so many things, different things, and a lot of things like what you think as an immigrant and as an Asian or as whatever, like you haven't, I would say so close, so red pill. Yeah, it's just that you don't understand until you start to do those things and say those things and try to understand those things, and then you just feels like time is can slow down. I mean, to me, I feel like this last past 5 years, I'm 35 right now. It's still passing so fast, but relatively speaking, it's slower. And the past week, the white hand start first time to like, not first time to go to Vegas, but like I was like first time to doing those new experience things, and I was like, oh shit, like things just so slow down right now. I'm experiencing so many new things, and sometimes you feel like the brain is burdened, right? Burden, and because you are outside of your comfort zone, you start to feel, oh shit, this is hard. This is hard to do because your brain is trying to learn the new things, try to absorb the new knowledge. So that's why. So like even though like it's travel or domesticate different city, but it's travel, right? You start to like doing the new things and then you experience new things. So this is number one. When you travel, you learn new things. You got new perspective. Time you just slow down. You learn so much new things, and it's gonna help you grow tremendously. Second, um, you got to meet new people, right? Excuse me. So this is so important. It's sometimes like I watch a Grant Cardone and he's talking about, oh, okay, you got private jets, you fly different place, that's cool. But a couple of days later, it's really matters like who you hang out with, right? Like you go to a new place. I mean, if you just by yourself, you saw those like attraction, you learn the history of the place. But I mean, like it's okay. But to the end of the day, humans like a group, like nature, kind of like uh, group, and then like you have to have a community to support you. You have to have a group of friends to like hang out with, like you, and then you can learn from them. You can give knowledge from you to them, and that's how you grow, right? So when you travel to some place, if you're by yourself, make some new friends on the spot and just learn from them, and they're interested in learn from you. Like maybe like they've come from east and west coast, and I'm from midwest, and they can learn something from east coast, or midwest, and I can learn something from the west coast, right? And also if they like you just learn a lot of new things, like perspective, and the more people you talk with, like everyone, you learn a little bit from them. Like if you're talking with 100 or 1000 people, you can have those like 100 1000 of like piece of like a bit of information. You combine them all together, and then you're gonna learn a lot of new things, like in this long ways, right? Those kind of things, interesting enough, those kind of things is kind of like mundane, like a fun fact about geologically speaking, or some new stuff, right? But usually those things you probably would not learn from school for sure, because you don't hang out those kind of people often. You don't learn from online because you are not exposed to that kind of content. You don't search for those things. So like basically you will never know those things, and then if you don't talk with those people, and it may right now you may ask, hey James, why I have to talk with them, why I have to know those things. Be curious is the one of the essential key of life, because life is about explore and the learning and the growth. So if you're just standing at the same place doing the same thing every day, just Netflix, sports, or just not work out and just repeat what you're doing, and then time's gonna passing so fast, and then you're gonna be regret because you feel like you didn't do much at the end of the your death path. So hanging out with cool people, learn new things, become a cool people. So the cool people want to hang out with you. It's very important, right? So later on, I will make a video to say like how to become a cool people, right? Like you don't have to, but I mean like you can be yourself. But at the end of the day, do you want to become a better person, right? So that is the one thing. Like when you go to a new place, you are learning the new things because you are hanging out with different group of peoples, and you learn from them, and then it's improve your social skills. You may make your best friends. Oh, I was gonna say best friends like when on those trips. Like this time when we went to like the Ankle Beach club, and then I met like one Asian guy. Like honestly, man, like that guy's so cool. I mean, I really love that guy. So went out, and we saw this like Asian guy was like dancing with like this white girls, and I was just like, oh shit, like this is dope, and I was just like give his salute. Oh, that's dope, man. Like that's so cool. And I mean, like he's so friendly. He was just like salute back, what's up, dude? And then we just like vibing, right? Like give it like a respect, like a wink, right? And after that, like. I mean, like it was like so it was like I mean, like his girl kind of bands, and like he was just chilling over there. So I'll give there go front, and then I just give him a fist bump and chat a bit, and He's super chatty though. Or maybe like I think he's part of that is because he's also drunk a bit. So like the after that, like I think like after that, like I was dancing with another girl, and after that my girls bounced, and then she was talking with him. So like he was chatting, like they was chatting, and I was on the dancing floor, right? And then the DJ is kind of coming up, like it's the elephant. I think that it's an Asian DJ, like super dope. Check on his IG. So they are actually come to see that DJ, right? So he met that girl on the spot. I met that girl on the spot, right? So I was went to the restroom coming out. The girls like asked me, "Oh, come, like DJ's coming." So like this DJ like same school. Okay, so I went to like front row. So we started dancing. And DJ's coming, and then like the music is so good, and I was just like dancing like crazy. So he was like so fun. Like I was like standing on the left, and he's standing in the middle, and the girl standing on the right. So he was like pushing me to the girls, and then shoving to like have fun. And then like I was dancing with the girls, and then like after that I pushing the girl to him, and he would dance with the girl. And you saw him making uh, like a like a fist bump, and then just greeting to everyone surrounding, like the guys or girls, and such good vibes. So like I really feel, man, like I really connect with this guy. This guy is so cool, such good vibes, such good energy. So we exchanged like Snap and IG, and next day I think he left. He said he's from Amazon or something. I don't know. They have a conference over there. But I mean, like I saw he post like he was in LA, he was in Seattle. So hopefully one day I saw him again, like so we can party together. So those kind of like epic stories. It's just that really you never know what's gonna happen when you go out at night and met some cool people, right? And it's just so good. And I introduced my friends to him, and he was like making friends on the spot. So just epic. Okay, so the third thing why you need to travel is because you it's helped you to grow tremendously. I mean, to be honest, like the one reason I don't really have to travel, I don't like to travel. Grow up like not so independent, like in the China culture, right? Like you don't have to go out to like earn your money when you was in college to pay your loans or stuff. Like everything's kind of paid out by your parents. So like relatively entrepreneur wise, or like just that independency to grow up, we have to catch up as an immigrated Chinese. I mean, if you're rich family, I mean that's dope. But I mean, like if you're not like me, I mean, you have to like fight your way through and figure out some like side hustle or stuff, right? So what I'm trying to say is that because you're not that turns to independent when you grow up. So sometimes like if you plan to go to some place to by your own, like foreign countries, it's a place you've fucking never been before. It kind of like your heart is kind of like, oh shit, now I have to figure it out. Do that country speak Chinese? Do that country speak English? What's the logistic? I have to deal with like all those like look at the gonglu, which is like it means the in Chinese gonglu means what the fuck does that mean in English? Something like people went there blog, like they play all those places. They show you how to do that, and then so you have to do that, right? You have to do your homework before you go. So a lot of logistic, and then sometimes like if you go to you be stupid if you don't social aware. You like for example, I don't know where you go. Like you went to that place, you went to some dangerous place, like quote unquote, like the local will not suggest the tourist to go. You went those places unaware, went to a bar or whatever, or maybe you get hassled by the locals, or you got steal stuff, your passport got lost or whatever. All those kind of shit, right? Maybe you get to even get in trouble, like if people try to like like grab you or something. So lots of those things like you have to keep in mind and beware and deal with that if it's happened. So as a man, it's kind of like a mini environment of life, right? Because first, as a man, like no one's gonna help you. You gotta help yourself. You're gonna provide resources, and you not only have to help yourself, you have to be stand up yourself and then help the people surrounding you, and you have to make money to support your family and yourself, right? All those things you have to do yourself, and then like when you travel, you kind of have to figure out along the way. Like for example, like those three, figure out the logistic, have fun, and then like navigate the situation, know the social awareness, and then like just try to get the things going, right? Like some shit can be happen, like your tire is like explode in the middle of the highway. Do you know how to fix that? I mean, shit, like I saw people fix that. It looks easy. I know what where all those tools, but like if it's down the road, like if it's a highway like 3 a.m., like it's bumped, and am I gonna call AAA and then I fix myself? Probably gonna do both, but I don't know if I can fix it myself. I try. I mean, like I got the tool in my car, but I mean those kind of things has happen, right? That's when you're traveling, then you're gonna deal with those kind of shit, and it's really help you grow tremendously. If you cannot deal with those shit, you cannot deal with like your regular like comfort life. You repeat it day by day, night by 8 to 5, right? Because those things are easy. When you do new things, it tends to be hard, and then you tend to be grow, and it's crucial to grow. So that's why the third place is because when you travel, sometimes it can be hard. I mean, to some people it may be easy, but for some newbies, maybe like me, like it's hard. I mean, but a couple of times you get used to it, especially like for those like independent trip. You want to go, let's say I want to go, where else want to go? I want to go to Europe, like I don't know, pick a place, Germany. Never been there. Why go there? I don't know. I buy tickets. I just fly to there, rent hotel, went to a bar, hang out with club, find some friends, and talking with some girls, and have a good time. Uh, yeah, but there are a lot of logistics you're gonna have to figure out myself. Make some social media, thinking about like put on some like branding myself, all those things, right? So a lot of new things have to learn. Taking care of like the whole thing is the big learning experience and totally worth it. But if you have done that for like 5, 10 years, like a YouTube channel, I heard is like a tech lead, and he's been travel for a bit. So he said afterwards started getting tired. But I would say like it's after a while, right? If you've never done that, let's say 3 times or 2 times a year, you better just like taking time to do that because it's really gonna help you. Don't go to those places you have been going to those places you never been and you always want to go. If you have cool friends to hang out with, go with them. Oh, dating advice, like if you, let's say like it's dating, right? So if you really like a girl, like she's dope and you want to like get to know her more, invite her to travel, right? Because like when you go to travel with a girl, that's the time like when you saw each other like the real use. Because sometimes the people are just too tired to put up that front, and then you saw like, oh shit, like that's how she is, and she may be like just not the type of girl you want, and then like after the trip you guys can just like bounce, right? You don't have to stick together. So that's a very good way to screen girls and try to know their true personality. And same like on the trip, the most important things is you know yourself. So that's the 3 tips like why you have to travel. So like at this time of travel, I just want to see like the first day while I walk out of the airport, I was just like super, like confident. Like I was like for example, like I was talking with some girls like previously before I travel. Funny enough, sometimes I have some like limited belief or just like kind of nervous, some kind of that. But when you travel, like you kind of man, I forgot to record. Anyway, so you kind of like learn new things, and then you saw, oh shit, I've been that before. I've done that shit before. Oh, I know this. I know that. They don't know that. I mean, in your mind, you kind of like more confident, so self-assured, right? So I'm pretty like chill. Like I would just like keep my frame and coming back, and I would just like smile at people, and not giving too much shit. I would just see my frame, right? Like a pretty confident with myself, right? So I'm starting doing some new things, like right, like for example, I remember I would just like look at this cute girl. I'm just go talking. I went to a dental yesterday, the day before, and then like the girl's pretty cute. And after dental, I just asked her out, but she has said, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." Oh, it's okay. And after that work, I went to like USPS to ship some stuff. I was like taping my stuff. There's one couple that come in and try to cut my lines, and like it's almost 5:30, and usually I just let those kind of things slide, right? I'm just taping my stuff, like so technically, like they are like I mean, like I'm just not ready yet, so they cut my lines. Usually I let those things like slide, right? But I was looking at them. I finished my tape, and I walked out to them. I said, hey, like you know what, lights over there. They said, oh, we're just waiting. That guy's like pretty cocky, right? Like, yeah, I told him, oh, I came first. He said, oh, true. Like, his girl's just like, oh, sorry about that. I didn't see you. What? I said, oh, it's okay. And then like they were just like, going to my behind, right? Like I'm just go and put my stuff and shaping my stuff. So those kind of like small things, like usually I would not do it. Like is I don't want to like try to bot her, but sometimes I just feel like, oh shit, like when you travel, you become more confident, and then you just don't let people to cross you for no reason, right? Like why you let people to cross you for no reason, right? Because stay your ground, stay your truth, and then like people won't mess with you, right? I mean, you still can, but I mean, like you're gonna have your shit together and just do your things, right? So those kind of things, I think, is helping tremendously, and I think I really, really like to travel, like this experience, and I commend you to do that more. Like if you get a chance, do as many travel as you can as a man. It'll help you to grow your confidence and it'll help you to dating more girls and improve your personality, improve your dating life. So if you like the channel, subscribe and then hit the bell button, and so you get notification. And I'm gonna get more contents coming up soon. So stay tuned, and I love you all. Have a great holiday. Peace.